Hey, beautiful people. I'm doing this video as a request. Somebody wanted me to share some behind the scenes about Alaska. So as you know, I'm currently living here temporarily through a seasonal job at one of the hotels out this way. So while I'm not going to showcase the behind the scenes because frankly, it is too cold out here right now. It's early January 2025, and I just don't want to be out there with my tripod right now. But I will share with you the pros and cons of being here in Sitka, Alaska. That is the area of Alaska that I'm in. I'm not sure if I shared this in previous videos, but so yeah, I'm going to share with you 5 pros and 5 cons of this area. Starting off with the pros, of course, we want to start with positivity. But before I get into that, I just want to explain why I'm here a little bit more in detail for those who may not have seen my previous videos regarding, my update. So I'm here again for a seasonal job. I work at the hotel as a housekeeper. I needed a complete break from corporate America. I wanted to go overseas at first, but I didn't have a remote position and I didn't want to blow through all my savings. So I'm like, okay, let me do something in the interim that'll still give me that peace that I needed away from corporate America, but I was still making money. So I found this website called coolworks.com, and I'll do a quick little screenshot up here somewhere where you can, if you go to the website, you'll see what it looks like to make sure that it's the correct website. And so I found a position there, and it really sparked my interest because it was a summer position in Alaska, and I had heard great things about summertime in Alaska. I didn't want to experience any of the heat and humidity from Georgia, because that's where I have family and I lived there for a while. And I did not want to experience the dry heat in Arizona because I also lived there for a couple of years as well. So essentially, I needed a break from the weather and the corporate America environment that I was in. I just needed a complete break from everything, basically. And Alaska intrigued me because it was not hot here in the summertime. And I was able to apply for something and get a job in something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy cleaning up. I never thought to be a housekeeper growing up. I had never been a housekeeper before, but I'm allowed to just have my headphones in or one earbud in while I'm cleaning rooms. And I get to listen to podcasts and just get my mind right. And it has also sparked some ideas in me. And I wrote a book while I was out here in Alaska. So it's just given me a whole like mental detox, what I needed. And now that I'm here, again, I want to share the pros and cons. So let's get to that. All right. So the number one pro is that it's very peaceful here. It's secluded and virtually no crime other than like, a few domestic disputes here and there. But I feel completely safe, even as a Black woman, um, going out when it's dark outside to just go to the local grocery store up here that's only 2 blocks away and just when I'm out and about, people greet me, they look me in my eye, they say hello, sometimes they smile. And that was the type of treatment that I received when I would travel overseas. And I loved that. When I lived in Arizona, it was a complete opposite most times. I won't say all the time, but most times. And interestingly enough, it was coming from people that look like me, they would look at me sometimes and just look, even though I would speak first and, sometimes do the head nod and smile, they would still just not speak back. Like the energy out there was so weird. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Arizona. This is about Alaska. So yeah, the number one pro is that it's very secluded, peaceful, and I feel completely safe here. Number two, I'm looking at my notes here because I wrote just some bullet points to make sure I stay on point. So number two, I touched on this a little bit earlier, but the people are so nice, very welcoming. They treat you with respect. The neighbor next to us invited us over for dinner one time when we had first moved here. And I say we because when I got here in the summertime, I did have a housemate on the other side of the duplex. So now I'm here on this side of the duplex. I don't have a roommate right now until they all start, coming in. It'll just be one person here, but I'm saying other seasonal workers are going to start coming in during the spring or summer. So yeah, anyway, when I stayed with my other housemate, the neighbor invited us over for dinner and nobody had done that. I hadn't heard of that since the 90s. So yeah, that was really nice. And like I said, people here just have those old school type of values, and I really enjoy that. Number three, it is somewhat diverse, contrary to popular belief. Of course, you will not find a lot of Black people here, but I have seen indigenous people. There's also quite a few Filipino people out here, and I thought that was interesting. So yeah, it is diverse out here. Aside from myself, I have seen maybe about five or six other Black people, especially when I go out into town on the other side to the grocery store that's a little bit further away. I see more Black people there. But yeah, it is pretty diverse. Not diverse in a sense of what you would expect going to somewhere like Atlanta, Georgia. But yeah, it is pretty diverse. And I thought that it was going to be, well, I didn't know what to expect coming here, honestly, but I didn't think that I would see people of color, brown skinned people and other Black people as well. So yeah. Anyway, number four, I love the fact that there are a lot of mom and pop restaurants, which guarantees quality ingredients. There are no chain restaurants out here except for Subway. There's one Subway restaurant out here, but other than that, you're gonna find your mom and pop restaurants, no big chains, and I love that because we know about all these ingredients that are in our food, especially at some of these places like, of course, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, all those ingredients in them chicken sandwiches. So you won't find that out here, and I love that. A lot of times I end up cooking myself, using simple ingredients. But when I do want to go out to a restaurant, there's about a good two or three that I go to, and the quality of the food is just amazing. Chef's kiss. No pun intended. And then number five, I love the fact that it's very walkable. I don't need a car out here. Matter of fact, I don't have a car. I sold my car because once again, I just knew that I was going to embrace this whole lifestyle living overseas. So I pretty much sold my car. I put some things in storage. I sold a lot of things in my old apartment in Phoenix. Okay, I'm getting off topic again. But anyway, I love the fact that it's very walkable here in Alaska. Like I said, the grocery store is only 2 blocks that way. And then the one that's a little bit further out, I can still walk there, but sometimes I choose not to, depending on, if it snowed a little bit that day, or if it's raining, I may just take the bus and go on out that way. So yeah, it's very walkable, and I'm guaranteed to get at least 8,000 steps per day because I have to walk to work, which is not far from me either. And then when I'm at work, of course, I'm walking around. Yeah. So let's talk about the cons. The number one con that I have experienced is, for me, I've been so used to just ordering things off of Amazon and Target and getting them within a couple of days, sometimes 3 days. But out here, when I order, or when we order, all of us, when we order from Amazon, and some places, I mean, some people, they go to Walmart, or they, order from Walmart. I don't like Walmart, whether it's shopping there in person or online. I just don't like anything they stand for. But when I order from Target, Target is a little bit faster than Amazon, believe it or not. So when I order from Target, it takes about 7 business days, or 7 days in general, including the weekends. But Amazon, I'm expected to wait about 10 to 12 days, sometimes 14 days. And I'm like, oh my God, by the time the stuff get here, I don't forgot I ordered it. It feels like a Christmas gift or something, or a gift that somebody sent me. I'm like, what is this? What? I don't remember ordering this. Then I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I did put that in my cart eons ago. So it's that. So number two, the second con is that it's a little bit too remote, in a sense that if something were to happen, knock on wood, I'm not speaking this into existence at all, but I'm just saying this for an example. If something were to happen back at home in Georgia where my family lives, it's going to take me hours and hours to get back to that side of the world because of the long layovers. And also here in Alaska, what people don't know is that Alaska is essentially larger than the state of Texas. So here in Sitka, you can only get here by boat or by plane. And then I had a couple of friends who wanted to visit here. And while they were going to be here, they wanted to go to see what Anchorage, Alaska was about. And I'm like, you think we're just going to drive there or something? So to paint that picture, it's gonna take a 12-hour flight to get from Sitka to Anchorage. And then other cities within Alaska, it's gonna take about a good 2-hour flight or a 45-minute flight. You can't just like what I'm trying to say is you can't just get in your car and drive somewhere to another city in Alaska. You're gonna have to catch a flight or take a boat or a ferry or something. So, or a sailboat. So that's how that goes. Alaska is a very remote state. And in a sense, it's a good thing, but also in a sense, it's a bad thing, especially if you have family elsewhere. So that's the second con. The third con is the high cost of groceries. Oh my God. For example, I'm looking at my receipt now. I just got back from the grocery store. I purchased a little head of cauliflower and it cost me $9.29. I'm gonna show y'all this cauliflower. It's because y'all probably thinking, what kind of cauliflower is that? I'm gonna get it and show y'all. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so here is the cauliflower that I purchased. You see, it's not even that big. It is not even a huge head of cauliflower, but it was $5.19 a pound. And it measured or weighed 1.79 pounds, $9. But I mean, that's just what it is. I'm just grateful that I'm able to, have the necessary means to buy that. But it would be nicer if it was cheaper. Like I come from shopping at Aldi and farmers markets where things are essentially cheap and there's more of a selection of fresh produce. You don't have that here in Alaska, unfortunately. So I just get what I can. I noticed that a lot of times they stock the groceries. There's more produce on the weekends. So it's currently Saturday. I record every Saturday. So on Saturday mornings, I get up and I just get my produce and just be thankful or grateful that I can do that. So I think we're on number 4, right? Yeah. So the fourth con is the fact that there are virtually, well, there may be some, I just don't know about them, but nobody to do my hair. No Black beauticians, no Black hairstylists or braiders who can do my hair if I want to get my hair done. I have to go somewhere to Seattle, which is a 2-hour flight, by the way. So yeah, I don't like that, but on the bright side, it allows me to be a little bit creative with my hair when I want to. And I love the fact that the water quality is top tier. It's A1. So I'm washing my hair and it's getting moisture as opposed to me living in Arizona, where the water there was very dry, poor water quality. Even with the shower filter, I noticed that my hair was still drying out. But out here, I don't have that problem, and my hair is growing and flourishing. So I do want to straighten my hair. I was gonna say I want to have somebody to straighten my hair, but there's nobody here. I just talked about that. So I ordered a flat iron and some of those flexi rod things so I can have that hairstyle that I've been seeing the girlies wear on Instagram where they take the flexi rods out and they have these big bouncy curls. So now that my hair is long enough to get flat ironed, I'm gonna experiment with that. But again, I have to wait a good 10 days or so to receive those things. So when I finally get my flat iron and stuff like that, you'll know because I have my hair done differently. But anyway, that's the fourth con for me. Being a Black woman, I want somebody who knows how to do my hair, who knows how to handle the texture of my hair. And unfortunately, nobody out here can do that. I have to go to Seattle. So it is what it is. And then last but not least, the fifth con is the fact that it rains a lot out here. Contrary to popular belief, they think that being in Alaska involves a lot of igloos and all this snow. Not in this area or this side of town here in Alaska. This is like the most southern state in Alaska. Now up north, further north, especially in Fairbanks or Anchorage Yeah, they have weather out there like that. I mean, not the igloos, of course, but they have a lot of snow and things out that way. The most snow I've seen out here so far was maybe about a good 2 inches, 1.5 inches, but it does rain a whole lot out here. So I don't too much like that. I'm a sunshine girl. I love to sit outside, be in nature, ground my feet in the grass. I'm that type of person. And out here, I don't have the opportunity to do that on a regular basis. In the summertime, yeah, the weather is reasonable enough to do that in the summertime, but not right now. So, those are my pros and cons of being in Sitka, Alaska. I hope that I was able to clear some things up for you or to answer some questions you may have had for me about Alaska, especially this part of Alaska. But if I didn't touch on anything that you want to learn more about, please feel free to drop a comment down below, ask your question in the comment box. And I did link the previous video where I talked about, me moving to Alaska and the transition from tech to housekeeping. So feel free to watch that video and others that I have uploaded. And I will say today, I did not feel like recording a video and posting it and editing and or none of that. But I promised myself that I'll be consistent in 2025 with weekly videos here on this channel. And sometimes we just have to do what we need to do, push through whatever we're going through and just get things done. That's the motto for me in 2025. Just do it anyway, regardless of how you feel. And I hope that that was able to help somebody. So yeah, I just felt like sharing that. I don't know where that came from, but anyway, thank you for watching today's video and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.